Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Spotlight. My name is Dinah Ventura.
And I'm Francine Marquez. Before we introduce our guests, I'd like to ask you, Dinah, what's your favorite local cuisine?
Siyempre, adobo.
Oo.
Adobo, sinigang,
Yes, ako
bulalo.
naman.
Ang dami actually.
Anything Visayan. Mga lapas bacho,
Oh,
mga
yes.
kinilaw, ganyan.
Oo, masarap. Ang dami.
Manapla,
Basta
ganun.
Filipino food, I love.
Oo nga yeah.
Napapadami nga ng rice
Oo,
natin.
mahirap pumili talaga. No? Anyway, the reason I'm asking you is because our guest today is a heritage cuisine advocate, specifically Ilonggo cuisine. I'm talking about the chef responsible for making Iloilo as a food haven of the Philippines.
Nice.
Let's welcome Chef Rafael Jardeleza Jr.
Mayang hapon sa inyong katanan. Good afternoon, everyone.
Mayong adlaw, Chef.
Mayang adlaw man.
Wow, ang ganda
Straight
ng
from Iloilo,
Oo, you look like you're refreshed, no?
Oo.
Parang kaka-lunch
Yes.
lang ni Chef.
Or kakaluto.
So, Chef,
Yes.
can you, let's start by getting to know you a little bit more. What are the humble beginnings of our proudly Ilonggo chef, diba? And
Oo.
heritage cuisine advocate, Rafael Jardeleza?
Well, I'm a son of a butcher. Because our family, the Jardelezas, are into the meat business.
Neat, okay.
Yes, Iloilo. We're a simple family. We're from Haro or Salog, or it's called, we are Haremyo. So, we practically grew up, my family, almost a family or the clan of my dad is based in Haro. And so, we live by near each other. So, our family's business is meat. And of course, that's why my dad is a very good cook. And my grandma talagang influenced me to the Ilonggo heritage cuisine.
Okay.
So young as you were, Chef, nandun ka na sa kusina, tumutulong ka magluto.
Oh yes, actually because of I usually would spend my weekends at my grandma's house, which is now our house, no, the heritage house of the Jardelezas. This is where my old Timoteo, he's the Ortega Jardeleza clan, was actually grew up or was born and grew up here. And I would usually spend my weekends here with my grandma. And that's where I experienced those traditional slow food cooking that's usually being prepared by my lola.
Tell us your, what are your Lola's specialties?
Well, my lola is known for her lengua estofado. And real good sarsiados, and of course, marami. Yung talagang, it's really a day-to-day lutong bahay. Because dati yung lutuan ng lola ko, it's the old traditional, it's a big, parang malaking table. And then there's around 3 or 4 holes na adjustable. Yung bawat holes is adjustable with these metal round rings. And you use only firewood to cook it.
Wow.
Ay, ang galing.
Ay, yung mga kasabit-sabit ng mga kaldero and everything, meron din.
So, Chef, wala na yon. Did you keep that or you?
Sa amin wala na, but I saw some places, some houses that they still have, but it's not being used.
Okay.
But believe me, some of the houses in the province, I mean in the nearby municipality or towns, they still have that. As a matter of fact, I just, a year ago, I saw somebody, if you want to have it customized, they will build it for you.
Okay.
Talagang slow food cooking. So can you still remember the aroma? Yung mga firewood, tapos yung ulam, niluluto.
Wow.
Every day, even now, because most of the Ilonggo food now is being still cooked with charcoal and kahoy. A lot of carinderias here up to now are using the traditional
Methods.
method. Yeah.
Okay.
Oo,
That's
oo.
good. That's good, no? Preserve it.
Yes. Chef, how has your life been before and after and during the pandemic?
Well, it's a long story. I've been a bomb. I've been, out of school. I traveled a lot because of my mom and my sisters are in the U.S. So I would usually visit them once in a while.
Okay.
And of course, I was blessed that I was able to go around to most parts of the world, and that really influenced me to really advocate our
Culture. Our
culture.
food.
Because I firmly believe from what I saw, and that made me believe na malalaman mo at maintindihan mo ang kultura ng isang lugar sa pagkain.
Okay, so chef, during the pandemic, what were you doing? I mean, when it started, 'di ba? What kind of work were you doing before it hit, and then what did you do when the pandemic came?
Wow, actually during the pandemic time, we're supposed to celebrate the Sabores de Visayas, which is an annual gala dinner. And all of a sudden, it was postponed because of the pandemic. But that's why we have the Sabores de Visayas Gives Back. Instead of the gala dinner, what we did is serve food. We prepared a soup kitchen. We served hot meals to the frontliners, the vaccination frontliners, and the police patrol borders during the time of pandemic. Although it's quite short because the budget calls for it only, but we did our share.
Okay.
We served around 3,500 meals for the frontliners at the vaccination center, and approximately 1,200 hot pack meals for the police border patrols.
Oh, maraming chefs na gano'n yung ginawa, no? During the pandemic. Ang
So,
galing
grabe
naman.
siya. From slow food cooking, parang fast cooking yung ginawa nyo, no? How did your kitchen adjust?
The cuisinero Ilonggos, there are Ilonggo chefs na, like these are young chefs na, who really gave in their time and effort, and sila talaga nagluto, and then sila rin nag-serve for 5 days. Now we're serving 400 to 500 hot meals. As in, talagang we really serve it hot, no? It was really fun, and kakataba rin ng puso na makakatulong din tayo. And of course, on my part, wala kang magawa, magluto ka sa bahay. We receive food orders. And although it's tiring, but of course, at least better than doing nothing at all.
Oh, keep busy, no? Diba?
Yes.
Do what you love.
So,
no matter
napaka-busy
what.
pala ng kitchen pa rin, ano?
Oo.
Chef, as a proud Ilonggo, what's your favorite place to visit in your province, and what is your favorite dish?
Well, I'm a very simple guy in terms of food. As you have said, you like adobo. I like my adobo Ilonggo, the Achuete one.
Achuete.
Then
Aba, okay. Iba pala ang Ilonggo
love-
adobo.
I love munggo with pata ng baboy or gusok. Gusok is a ribs of baboy. And of course, yung mga gulay-gulay, laswa paired with fried fish. Ang dami kasi there's 100 and more Ilonggo dishes na lutong bahay that you can really eat dito. Kahit sa karinderya lang and everything, it's all here.
Napaka-interesting pala ng Ilonggo cuisine kasi from the
Yes.
humble vegetables, fresh vegetables to yung mas elaborate na meat dishes, ano? Yung
I'd like to know
pang-festive.
more about
Yeah.
what makes Ilonggo.
Kasi,
Ilonggo
kasi
cuisine.
Iloilo, I mean, the region itself, or the island of Panay, for the information of everybody, Iloilo is situated in the island of Panay. So, surrounded kami ng dagat, no? Then we have, mga rice fields namin. We even have like rice terraces in the provinces. And we have mountains where we grow fresh vegetables like in Leon. They grow strawberries or even all the vegetables that you can buy from Baguio. We have it here. Then there's plenty. I mean, 3, 4, 5 orchards now supplying the needs of not only in terms of vegetables but of goat, cow's milk. It's kung sasarhan mo ang Panay Island, mabubuhay kami because of the people here nagsusustain ng mga products na makakasustain sa mga tao dito sa island, sa isla ng Panay.
So alive and well ang agricultural industry nila.
Actually, even the coffee before, di ba? During the siguro mga 60s, 70s, up to 80s.
Yes.
Haniway has the best coffee. No? Ini-export yan. No? As a matter of fact, before during my high school days, I saw product of Haniway in Gustons na it's the coffee or something. So when I asked them, sabi nila, yeah, it comes from here. Because yung coffee kasi dapat highland yan eh. Depende sa lupa yan. And then, what's best with Iloilo, we have other endemic souring ingredients and ang dami namin talagang mga pagkain, the freshest veg. Kasi as what I've said, we're blessed with dagat, bounty of the sea. We have rice, we have crops, and we have fruit-bearing trees that we would usually also use for cooking.
Okay, speaking of yung mga endemic ingredients, no, what makes Ilonggo an Ilonggo dish unique? Or the cuisine as a whole, no? Paano siya naiiba sa ibang regional cuisines ng Philippines?
You know what? The Ilonggo cuisine is simple. It's never complex. It's cooked para lumabas ang main ingredients. Yung shrimps, we just put salt, then init lang from the kalan, and that's it. It's called linusgusan. Even the crabs. So hindi kami naglalagay ng mga kung anong, the soda and sweet and spicy. Bago, that's the new generation type pag pumunta ka sa ibang lugar. Pero the normal way of cooking is ang pagluluto namin is simple, traditional, and para lumabas ang totoong lasa ng main ingredients. Hindi kami mahilig talagang marinate it long hours. We marinate our chicken or beef or whatever in just an hour or two. So that pag kinain mo, hindi nakasip-sip yung marination. So you have the flavor from the outside of how you want it done, and then the flavor of the meat is there para it balances. So it's never complex. It's simple. Walang arte-arte actually ang Ilonggo cuisine.
Simple, straightforward.
Yeah, because of the freshest ingredients that we have, hindi na namin siya kailangan lagyan ng lasa kasi 2 days, 3-day-old na yung main ingredients. We have the freshest ingredients, so we wanted to savor the freshness of our ingredients.
Chef, anong tawag sa cooking technique na yan? Parang may nabanggit ka kanina eh.
No, it's just a slow food cooking.
But in Ilonggo, how do you say that?
Yeah, it's a slow food cooking na talagang hindi siya hindi ba siya masyadong masansat? Kasi there's a wrong notion that Ilonggo cuisine is matamis. It's not. The sweetness of the dish comes from the main ingredients. For example, the batuan. Ang diferensya ng parang sinigang in terms of pag gumamit kami ng batuan so that the souring ingredients. Yung Ilonggo kasi is not masyadong maasim, not like the Tagalog sinigang. So the sweetness and flavor of the souring ingredients comes out. So parang sweet sour ang flavor niya. Hindi siya yung maasim na maasim talaga.
Okay.
At saka parang ang daming taste profile niya, no? Hindi lang maasim. Parang nagko-curl sa palate siguro kasi iba-iba yung levels ng taste dahil fresh yung ingredients.
Yes, yes.
Chef, di ba kasi if my history memory is right, isa kasi yung Panay area as one of the points of the barter trade, and while the province was trading with the Spanish conquistadors with the raw ingredients, sila naman, they were bringing in spices.
Yes, that's true.
I heard
That's true.
kasi na your adobo sa atsuete. So ano yung mga Spanish influence?
Because, well, as we all know, adobo is adobar, it's a marination. That's why we call it inadobo, pinaputukan, or something like that. So the spices, the herbs and spices, parang pareho rin na tawag dito, bigayan ng mga, they would, we even would trade silk, tobacco, sila, herbs and spices, and seeds for the fruits. Kaya ang Iloilo has similar fruit-bearing trees that's also in Mexico, something like that. What we call them, we call it cerisa, or the small cherries, or the ang dami-daming spices na mga, star apples and everything. Galing yan sa trading nila.
Okay.
So, ang sarap, ano? Sarap talaga. Namit, Jude. Namit, grabe. Na-imagine ko na yung diversity kasi ng ingredients. Parang nagugutom ako, Pero, Chef, we're very interested in knowing you more and your work. But for now, let's take a short break. Spotlight will be back after these reminders.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Chris masaya, pagsama-sama.
Bong, yung naumpisahan ko, tapusin mo. Mga bagong highway, tulay, tren, dapat ma-enjoy na kaagad ng mga tao yan. Kailangan lahat bakunado at laging may ayuda pag kailangan. Huwag dapat makabalik ang mga drug lords para ligtas ang pamilya. Yung ginawa mong malasakit centers, maganda yan. Padamihin mo pa. Magkasama tayo. Tayo ang nagsimula, tuloy-tuloy lang, Bong.
Magandang araw mga katribo! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelevelo, Compi Manalo, Atty. Lia Badillo Crisostomo, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Jerk Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na mula alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas na ang mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Sama-sama natin alamin ang mga natatagong istorya sa mga latest na kaganapan sa loob at labas ng bansa.
Simulan natin ang bawat umaga with good vibes sa mga informative and recreational segments ng aming programa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube. Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings, mga katribo.
Kaya naman, magkita-kita po tayo mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga at magsama-sama po tayo sa
Gising Na!
Boto mo to, Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Christmas saya, pagsama-sama.
Welcome back. We are on Spotlight. Still with us is Chef Rafael Jardeleza. So, Chef.
Hi.
Hello. Ayan.
How are you?
Okay.
Eto, craving na for Ilonggo food.
I don't think I've ever tried yung adobo with
Atsuete. Diba parang
Never.
life-changing idea
Life-changing
yan,
idea. Anyway,
Actually, the adobo Ilonggo is cooked with atsuete oil. It's similar, the main ingredient. So, remember when nagkakagulo-gulo sa tungkol the basic Ilonggo, Well, for me, talaga naman there's a basic thing. So, in each region or in each province, meron sila sariling style. So, the basic ingredients is toyo, suka, bay leaf, salt, pepper, and chili. It's the same as how we prepare our adobo. Yung sa photo na yan, that's adobo Tagalog. Kasi yung sa amin, it's atsuete, it's oily, it's talagang atsuete oil siya. But that's the same process of cooking, except gumagamit kami ng atsuete oil pang-gisa. And instead of regular vinegar, we use tuba vinegar. And that's where the sweet flavor, the sweet sour flavor of the dish comes out, not because of sugar. So it's the tuba vinegar, because tuba vinegar is a little bit sweet sour in flavor. So when you cook it, pag nag-evaporate na yung vinegar, lumalabas yung sweetness niya. So it's the same process. Ang dinagdag din namin is tuba vinegar and of course the atsuete oil.
I see.
Chef, may toyo ba yan? At saka garlic?
Yes, it's toyo, garlic. Actually, kaya lang ang Ilonggo pag nagluto, we just half the garlic and saute it na parang pati balat niya nandyan at talagang 2 to 3 buds of garlic talaga andun.
Oh my God. Tapos, syempre, yung oil pa ng meat, lumalabas.
Yes.
Maglalaro na tayo.
Ang pausok ni Chef.
Chef, do you have a specialty?
Actually, ang daming Ilonggo cuisine na matutuwa ka, They're very simple. We even have tinuom, It's seasonal. Usually on rainy season, once there's thunder and lightning, we have this kabute. It grows on the, yung nunot sa punso. Pag nag-lightning and nag-thunder, you'll see that the following day or 2 days, lumalabas yung mga native mushrooms. And that's what we gather.
Uy, sarap.
Noon. That's the way we cook it. It's tinuong, we just gisa it and everything and then steam it, and that's the tinuong na uhong, which is very edible because talagang ang texture kasi ng mushroom na yan, parang slimy siya konti, parang nag-take ng soup. At saka malinamnam siya.
Okay.
Ang umami niya, grabe. It's
naturally.
Yeah.
Chef, bakit naka-wrap siya sa banana leaf?
Kasi tinutuong niya, tinutuong siya directly. Gigisa mo siya sandali. Then ilagay mo siya sa daon, you wrap it, and then you steam it.
I see. Yun ba yung tuong?
You can gisa it and everything, and then put patola for aroma. Ang sarap-sarap niya talaga.
At saka
You can a whole bowl of it.
Gutom.
I guess even the smell of the banana leaf, adds to the...
Well, we're in a chicken, because the binakol in our region, tatlong klase yung pag-prepare eh. Or even apat. The binakol na regular, which is cooked in a clay pot, as is, just the chicken, the potato, the ginger, or you cook it in kawayan. Then it's either you put coconut milk, coconut meat and juice. That's another way. And then the tinuong is like binakol, except it is wrapped in banana and boiled or steamed hanggang mag-reduce pa ang ano niya. Then the banana leaf flavor or essence papasok sa niluluto mo. That's why you would use the dahon ng sabang saging.
Okay.
Yes.
Grabe pag-preserve ng cuisine ng Iloilo, chef, no? Kasi
Because, you know what? Preservation of the Ilonggo cuisine is not a problem to us. You know why? That's why it's only, for me, our everyday food is being served in the karinderya. Pag sinabi mong linatik, which is the kalabasa with malunggay, it's being served in the karinderya every day. If you want laswa, it's served in the karinderya every day. Tambo, which is parang yung labong with shrimp or shellfish or anything, and gata, it's served in our karinderya every day. So there's even 50, may mga karinderya dito that serves 50 to 60 different dishes na talagang home cooking, which is an everyday food of the Ilonggos. That's why I usually, when my guests would arrive in Iloilo, especially mga chefs and food writers, para mas madali sa akin mag-explika and hindi na ako magluluto lahat-lahat na to, I would bring them to a karinderya and explain every dishes that they can see. Para maintindihan nila. That's the one.
Look at the color.
Oo nga, chef, napansin ko kasi parang kumbaga hindi naman quarantine or na-isolate yung Ilonggo cuisine kasi 'di ba in some provinces you will really see the American influence like they use ketchup to color something or add hot dog to something or food color to enhance. Pero na-retain ng Ilonggo cuisine yung naturalness,
the purity of it.
Oo.
Yes.
Paano
Of
yun?
course, we cannot deny the fact na there's a level of cooking also some, no? Kasi you cannot make them commercially. Just like for the KBL should be a dish, not a soup. You just boil it. Pero dinadamihan nila, laswa, KBL, what's this? Any soup dish, dinadamihan nila sa so that everybody can share. But the traditional way of cooking, the laswa, believe it or not, when we cook laswa, we only put at least half a cup of water. So that lumalabas ang
I see.
ang talagang juice ng every vegetable. So it's a stew. It's a vegetable stew. Na talagang when you eat it, it's talagang masarap siya.
Oo. So now I know it's a stew. Kasi alam ko din before, I thought it was a soup.
Soup. Oo
diba?
nga.
Because of that. Pero may function pala because of the intention.
That's why, commercially, they would cook kalyos with potato, carrots, bell peppers, all the things. But traditionally, pag you serve it in a higher level, it's just basically tripe, oxtail, with some pork legs, and then it's with the Spanish chorizo or morcillas. But morcillas is very rare and ang hirap naman gawin. So, but the Spanish chorizo is there. Then in garbanzos. That's it. You just boil it and make it so thick, and that's simple. There's the kalyos. And then you put olives.
Oh my goodness.
Sarap ng kalyos na yan, ha?
Ang sarap.
Chef, question. Meron bang mga dishes na gumagamit ng alcohol?
Oh, yeah.
Sa early
Yeah, there
sa
is.
Ilonggo.
Tuba.
Our estofado lengua, we use rum or gin bulag, we call it gin bulag, and then anisado.
Yes.
Yes, we do. Ano pa, marami. The salsiados. The salsiados, we use either red wine or, rum. Yes, we do.
So even if you say sophisticated, there's still a level of even if you say, you said earlier simple lang ang cuisine, may level of sophistication din siya which really enhances the ingredients.
We even would use cerveza negra in our cooking. So it's if you want a multi-flavor beef stew, just instead of wine, you put cerveza negra and simmer it for a long time. So the flavor of the cerveza will seep in to your meat. So ganun magluto ang As a matter of fact, my lola would cook, ang lola ko hindi nagigisa masyado Alam mo, pag it's either pag naglaga siya, yung whole 2 or 3 onions yan, na malalaki, and then 3 garlic, then a whole big ginger, slice niya na yun sa 2, lalagay niya sa tubig, tapos lagay mo yung meat mo, ilaga mo yung karne mo, so that the essence of and flavor would incorporate na para mas mas aromatic siya.
Mas hearty.
So, meron talagang distinct cooking method, no? Kasi I would believe, like, I'm from Luzon, so usually we start Filipino cooking with sangkutsa, di ba? Yung, muna yung pork and then the gisa. Pero in your lola's case, talagang flavors, natural water and and the vegetable itself. Aromatics na yun.
Usually we don't even make soup stocks. Diretso. Kasi pag nag-boil ka ng chicken and everything, that's the stock, and that's the same thing we use as the soup stock or the pang sauce. So it's basically simple, no? Tubig lang and what. Pero except for the mga lengua, the lengua, it takes 3 days before you can eat it. Pag sinabi ng lola mo, I'll cook lengua on Saturday, Wednesday pa lang, nag-aabang ka na. Because i-boil yan, babalatan, i-fry, tapos i-marinate, tapos isasabit sa kusina, the following day, tsaka niya, lulutuin. So, I think it's worth the wait ng tawag namin.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, which brings me to my next question, Chef. Kasi with the pandemic, everything really just turned digital. Parang everything, even food, is within your mobile phone's reach, diba? So parang all kinds of cuisine, ganyan, mabilis, fast food. But how important is preserving Philippine heritage cuisine in today's generation?
Well, I'll speak for myself. Every weekends, I would sell online my food, which is the traditional, the lenguas, the kalyos, the meatloaf, so forth and so on, even the dinuguan. So I would message them everywhere. I will post it on a Wednesday, they will order, then they'll pick it up at home on every Sunday. So depende yan sa sellers. At saka sa buyers, well, of course, Sunday is a special day, so they would usually order the cuisines, the food that I would cook kasi they would serve it in a family gathering. So, mga ganyan. Even my ice cream, my homemade ice cream is made of buko and lychee. So mga ganyan, mga makalumang mga sorbetes, ginagawa ko. So lahat yan. These are the dishes that I would prepare for
gatherings.
They would order it from us.
Okay.
How does the young generation take it? I suppose na mamangha sila.
Well, basically they would understand about it. Because from their sa bahay nila, it's being also served. But actually, what's funny with this, our food, Di ba, I think you've noticed nung maliit kayo, ayaw yung kumain ng gulay, yung laswa, yung ganyan.
Oo nga.
That when you practically grew up, travel, you would move to America or any parts of the world. The you who doesn't eat this gulay and everything, tapos you're planning to go home. The first thing you would ask your family,
Is your food.
"Wait, we're going home, ha? Cook us naman laswa and PBL and tambo." Pero actually, nung maliit ka, ayaw mo. Nakipagsakin pa yan, no? Now, because it is the daily food, so na-tune in ka na rin na you miss it even though you don't eat it before.
Good memory.
Technological, ano yan. Pero it happens. It's the truth.
Yes, tama. Chef, recently, Iloilo was declared the food haven of the Philippines. So, how was it working with the Department of Tourism on that one?
Well, for the past 10, 20 years, I've been an advocate of our traditional Ilonggo heritage cuisine. And siguro, yan ang bukang bibig ko noon pa. I've been pushing that, let's have a tagline of Iloilo, the food haven of the Philippines. Because, in all honesty, I believe.
Yes.
And I showcase it through my advocacy. Then, you know, when I say that, well, not na parang sinasabi nila, ano ka, nabubuo ka na ba? But they will just say, yeah, okay, yes, yeah, oo nga, no? It's just by passing na gano'n. Pero ako naman, food haven of the Philippines, food haven of the Philippines, food haven of the Philippines. Then, I've been doing a lot of events. I reinvented the Street Food Festival. I had a gala dinner for 7 years, which is showcasing the higher-end dinner, serving the Spanish-influenced dishes, which is the cochinillo, the lengua, the tallos, the roasted lamb, the paellas, you know, the desserts that's made from our local fruit. I even reinvented and presented sa Madrid Fusion, the Paz Batsoy ice cream or the savory ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yes. Medyo nung una, kinabahan ako, pero at least, So, meron akong talagang pinupush ko. I do events. That's where, during the time of Director Catalbas, when I approached it, sabi ko, I wanted to promote the Ilonggo heritage cuisine, but I cannot afford. Sabi niya, Timon, that's also what I wanted for the region.
Yeah.
Promote our heritage cuisine.
Yes.
Synergize. So I sent a proposal and everything. So they supported me.
Okay.
No? They supported me. Sponsorship, support. They even give me encouragement, and then tuloy-tuloy, silang. We started from small we started from 150 guests, naging 250 guests, hanggang uncontrollable na, umaabot ng 350 guests because everybody wanted to partake.
Yeah.
The Sabores, the Visayas is the chefs would cook in front of you, doon sa gitna, while you go around and take those dishes we prepared. And what's the best part of this? I bring in guest chefs from most parts of the country to collaborate with the local chefs. I invite chefs that are Filipino cuisine advocates.
Ayun.
Kasi this is one of the successful way na naging nakilala rin ang Ilonggo heritage food. Kasi I would bring them here, introduce them to the Ilonggo cuisine, to the Ilonggo ingredients, collaborate with another Ilonggo chef and cook a dish to be presented during the Flavors of Western Visayas or the Sabores de Visayas. And then they learn And they bring it back to their hometowns and introduce the dishes on their take with our local ingredients na pinapabaon namin sa kanila. So, we were able to introduce it not only in the confines of Iloilo City, na kami-kami rin ang nakakakilala.
Oo.
So, then I invited media friends. Pero tandaan nyo to when I invited them, it's not a guarantee that they will write about us. But when they enjoyed the food and everything, there it goes. Sila na nagkwento ng experience nila. We do not give them, press kits and everything. Wala.
Experience talaga.
Enjoy. Let's see what you can say. So far we got good reviews and everything. And well, some of my press friends would even come twice or 3 times a year and eat.
Just to eat.
May occasion or wala, they would come and visit Iloilo.
Okay, we'll start to do that also, Francine.
Chef, aside from the Sabor Fest Visayas, can you give us a brief backgrounder about Tabuan 8th Annual Western Visayas Ilonggo Heritage Cooking Contest? What should people look for and when will it happen?
Well, in 2012, I was parang, kina Nikki Phoenix, Cloud Tayan was here and everything. And I mean, and some of the chefs that were here in Iloilo to visit. So dinala ko sila sa Central Market and nagpaluto kami roon. So, this paluto kami grilled manok, lahat grilled, and then we would order from the stalls there and everything. So doon kami kumakain sa market. So doon lumabas na the idea na you should do this, chef, pakain sa market. So I did that, but on 2013, I decided to have a cooking competition. This cooking competition, I would say, and correct me if I'm wrong, I can claim that we are the most unique cooking competition in the Philippines, and possibly most parts of the world. Why? 6 chefs in a team would cook for 300 people.
Wow.
300 samplers of appetizer, 300 samplers of main course, and 300
Dessert.
portions of dessert. And if there's 10 teams, each of these teams will prepare the same volume of
Food.
food. And mind you, they will cook in kalans using firewood or uling only.
Grabe.
Yes, talagang makikita mo sila yung parang it's a fiesta when you cook for a fiesta.
Wow.
Then the participants would usually be the students and people who would attend this convention. So they will partake, that is their luncheon. That is their luncheon. The luncheon class, that's where I started, that's conceived na kinuha ko yung idea sa Madrid Fusion. Because I represented, I was the team leader of the One Visayas during the Madrid Fusion. It's Tacloban, Iloilo, I think, and Cebu, Bacolod. So, I'm the one who was in charge to put together. So doon ko nakita on how they would do samplers. So doon ko kinuha ang idea na
Local version.
So there's 10 different dishes that they can try. Yes, and desserts and So, it was born by, and then tuloy-tuloy. But during the pandemic, only last year, the 7th Tabuan, we're not able to do it kasi kahit stricto, talagang humingi ako ng permit na walang makapasok sa competition area. Only the cooks andoon para matuloy-tuloy, para wala kaming gap. nagiging ano siya, successful naman and then tutuloy. Pero this time, they will cook only for the judges to taste and one for the showcase.
Oh,
So nalipid na siya, hindi. But still, they're going to use kalan, kahoy, uling. That one is the poster you've seen our guest chefs and coming over to be the judge. At sa kababa niya, those are the 10 contestants from Rojas City, from Bacolod, from the province of Iloilo, from city of Iloilo. These are
Those are the
10
judges.
Ilonggo heritage cuisine advocates that they will competing for this year's title.
Okay.
Chef, can you tell us who the judges are? Well, we see Chef Sandy Daza and Angelo Comsti. Who else are going to be part of it?
That is because I don't want to miss their names, no? Isa is Don Baldesano. Where's that? The Don Baldesano is second from, if I'm facing second from the left.
Okay.
The one with the stripes.
Apron.
The one with the stripes.
Apron.
Apron. Then Angelo Comsti, you know Angelo Comsti?
Yes.
The food writer and food writer of Manila Bulletin, Philippine Daily Inquirer, Sandy Daza, me, and then 3D and Kevin. They are from what do you call this, the restaurant? I forgot to know. But they're young chefs also who does Filipino food.
Okay.
Yes. Before we have, of course, but now we use Margarita Flores, Shelly Gonzalez. So almost all the chefs in Manila na who are into Filipino ingredients, cuisine, and everything, I asked them to come over.
Okay.
Even Ilonggo comes here during the convention to speak and do demos.
Wow.
So that, as I've said, gusto ko i-share sa mga chefs from Manila so that they will be able to introduce it also to the restaurants.
Tama. Good one.
Just our batuan, our alumpiran, our all these herbs and spices. They would bring it or call me that they need it, even the salted, the tultul, the hot. So, dito nang gagaling some of the ingredients. So, I'm happy. So, that's one way of promoting. Sinasabi ko sa kanila, you don't promote it in your own hometown. You should
bring it out.
Spread it. Just like this. Thank you for inviting me. So this is a big promotion for our Ilonggo cuisine. No?
Oo nga. At saka for your upcoming event, the Tabuan, di ba?
Yes.
November 26, right? Chef, so after that, what are your plans now that travel, tourism, and the food beverage industry are now starting to adjust to the new normal?
Well, aside from by April, of course, that's the Sabores de Visayas de Gala Dinner. It's already, but on December 15, I'll have a street food festival. The biggest Ilonggo night market and street food festival. This is the third, which will be at SM Iloilo. Then we are doing now, I'm busy now doing Ilonggo cookbook.
Oh,
Preparing
nice.
the Ilonggo cookbook. It's madugo, research of how the traditional ingredients, the proportions. It's madugo. But I'm happy that we're going to have the book, the Iloilo cookbook at last.
The Ilo book. Galing. We're looking forward to that. Exciting.
Naku, Chef, we'll take another break for now, and when we return, we'll play a game. Spotlight will be back. Stay with us.
Boto mo to, Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Chris Masaya, pagsama-sama. Makinig at makisali sa usapan every Friday night at 6 p.m. sa I Speak Katribo Podcast. Samahan sina Daniel at Alvin na pag-usapan ang mga relevant topic na tiyak kakarelatean nyo mga katribo. At pagdating ng Sunday at 7 p.m., Speak Your Mind with our I Speak program na sasagot sa mga tanong regarding the latest and relevant issues sa paligid natin. I-like at i-follow nyo ang Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube para updated ka sa mga latest episode namin mga katribo. Non-stop showbiz update ba ang hanap nyo? Sagot na yan ang aming Tribune Extra. Balitang entertainment at lifestyle, mapalocal man o international, meron kami niyan. Manood at makichika na kasama si Kim Sancha, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 5 ng hapon sa Tribune News on Q at separate premiere nito ng alas 7:30 ng gabi. Mapapanood sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Chris Masaya, pagsama-sama.
Welcome back to Spotlight. So for this segment, we have a game called Would You Rather. Chef, we'll ask you a question beginning with Would You Rather, and then you just give us your answer as fast as you can. Okay, so ikaw muna.
First, Chef, would you rather eat bulalo or lapas batchoy?
Lapas batchoy.
Okay, why? Ganun eh, hindi pala, ano.
Well, for me, lapas batchoy is a comfort food, not because I'm just in Ilonggo. The flavors that's in the batchoy is really comforting. No, it's a complete. Actually, it's a merienda fare for the Ilonggos. It's a complete thing. Well, I won't compare, but I would say bulalo is just basically bulalo. While batchoy has so many components that really you can enjoy. There's the noodles, there's the chicharon, there's the oval, there's the meat, the atay, everything in there. And the flavor that bursts into your mouth comes from the noodles. What makes unique the lapas batchoy noodles is the noodles itself.
Okay.
Chef, yung iba, they eat it with puto.
Yeah, originally we have it pandesal. The pandesal ni Paa, which is parang famous siya that every time you say pandesal, it's pandesal ni Paa. It's a crusty bread. It's like akin to French bread. Pero it's in a pandesal form. That's why that's why kami mga Ilonggo aside from kape, we dip our pandesal sa batchoy. Because it's a new thing in here to pair it with puto. Because puto is basically for dinuguan. But since it's there, well, why not? And it's just a matter of preference, actually.
So the original is crusty pandesal.
Yes, or tiring-tiring. We have this, parang matigas siya na magka-dikit-dikit na bread. Pandesyosa, we call it. So you dip it with your batchoy. And if crusty, parang kaya the batchoy in Iloilo is mas masarap. Alam mo bakit? It's ang chicharon. I mean, I would give you a tip.
Okay.
What makes a good batchoy aside from the noodles and of course the sahog is plenty? It's the chicharon. It's the chicharon na homemade chicharon. Silang talagang gumagawa ng chicharon.
Okay.
Dapat masarap yung chicharon, di ba? Hindi.
Yes. It's 3 times cooked chicharon. They would first half fry it, then bilad-mila, then fry it a little bit more na parang pinapakuluan sa mantika, and then dry it again. Then that's the time na talagang hot na pop.
Nakakagutom si Chef
And it's not airy. It's not airy. It's talagang malaman siya. Yung parang ang balat niya parang makadikit-dikit. Then when you eat it, it's talagang crunchy.
Okay, Chef. Grabe.
Naglalaway na kayo. Sorry guys, sorry.
Gusto na namin
Sorry.
lumipad sa Iloilo.
Oo, eh. Okay, so next, would you rather eat ginamos or pansit molo?
Well, it's a different thing. Ginamos is a fish paste type in the Visayas. It's a fish paste.
Fish paste?
From the fresh shrimp or small fish na talagang tawag namin binabayo.
Okay.
Mash, yung talagang ganon. And then it's not masabaw, it's talagang fish paste. Pansit molo.
Different naman.
Totally different.
It's not merienda fare. Influenced by the Chinese, which is wonton. So we have this pansit molo. So malayo siya. I'd have both.
You'll have both.
Ginamos Ilonggo is not too salty. And it's masarap or ginisa.
Okay.
Or, we usually just gisa it and put tulapo. Tulapo is the fats of the beef na talagang you boil and cook it hanggang ma-render na yung oil, and then yung part na yun parang chicharon siya.
Okay.
That's how we cook it. Doon namin ginigisa yan.
Kakagutom. Ikaw na nga.
Oo nga eh. Wala na akong basa. Would you rather have coffee or tea?
Ano pa isa kasi? Both.
Okay.
Coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon.
Ayun. Sige. How about, would you rather spend time in a beach or mountain? Hiking. Swimming or hiking?
Mountain with beach.
Which is...
Ang mga question nyo naman, ang dikit-dikit.
Wala lang, Chef. Gusto lang namin
Mountain. I think I would go for mountain.
Okay. Where you can also look at the natural...
Yes, the sunset, everything. Yeah, mountain.
The
At least you're on the higher
vegetation.
ground.
Yeah.
You can have a beautiful view, and it's more relaxing. Aside from the air, it's more, pag-isip ka, makaka-meditate ka or whatsoever. It's really relaxing in the
mountains.
Eto, Chef, would you rather, while traveling, would you rather bring your mortar and pestle or butcher's knife?
Bawal yata yung...
Hindi, wala lang.
I mean, if you can prove that you're a chef, that you mean, kasi we bring our wife.
Yan ang tawag.
My wife is
We
here.
when we travel to cook, we bring our wife. So I bring, pero you check it in, and then you just explain, I'm a chef, I'm cooking, so I have to bring my own set of knives.
Tama.
Because I don't want to use other knives or, doon ka na bihasa sa sarili mong knife. I'd rather have my wife than my
Barkada.
Friends.
my kid.
My kid, the mortar and
Pag
pestle.
bata, kakargahin mo, mabigat yun eh.
Oh, that's a good metaphor. Ganun.
Yes. Yeah, I'd rather have my wife than my kid.
Okay, would you rather travel around the Philippines or abroad if pwede na, if sa pandemic?
Again, both. Philippines to really enjoy yung sariling atin. Because there's a lot of things that I wanted to know also, because although I've traveled to most parts of the Philippines, but I didn't stay there, let's say, for 2 weeks na talagang to enjoy and immerse myself. And abroad is also to
learn.
To observe. What's the new trend? How is it done? Or talagang you just wanted to travel abroad to relax para maiba naman ang scene.
Tama. Ibang weather, ibang tao.
I mean, pag puro na tayo, masyado na tayo na native, baka hindi na tayo makapag-isip ng a little bit
Why?
parang competitive na thinking kasi akala natin ito na, yun pala, marami pa.
Oo, that's a good way of putting it, ano?
Yeah.
Always innovating. I think that's what chef is
Expand
also
your
known
mind.
for.
Tama.
Thank you for being such a sport, chef, and for joining us today. But before we part ways, can you give us some final words to
Before I give
inspire
my
our
final
viewers?
words, may tanong ako sa iyo. Ano tawag yun, yung game na yun? Ako naman magka-question sa inyo.
Would you rather? Yes, chef.
Would you rather eat bok choy or pancit molo?
I'd rather eat bok choy.
Ako din. bok
Ever
choy.
since. I like
Okay.
it's parang dish
Exactly
in,
how you described it.
Oo nga eh. But now I will eat it with pandesal.
Crusty
Yes.
pandesal.
Yes.
Kasi actually, the bok choy in Iloilo, sinasabi nila, mas masarap kasi there are so many bok choy places. Mas masarap si ganito, mas masarap si ganito. No, please. Every bok choy is masarap. It has the same component.
Yeah.
Except one, based on your preference. One might be a little bit on the sweet side. One is on the salty side. The other one is on the earthy side. The other one is more on you have to put to really imply it with patis and pepper. They have the same component, the water, the salt, everything that's being put together. Pareho lang yan except the last ingredients o kung paano nila matimpla. And bok choy, lapas bok choy, is talaga lapas bok choy. Wala ka ng mga ibang matawag doon. It's the lapas bok choy.
Classic native Ilonggo
Yes.
dish.
I think
You cannot compete anybody there by saying kung sino-sino.
Parang alam ko.
The last words.
Yes, chef.
Come to the food haven of the Philippines. Iloilo.
Well said.
Experience.
Well
Oo.
said.
So, simple
Come
lang din.
visit the food haven of the Philippines. Iloilo.
Di ba ang
Short but
message?
sweet.
Yeah, that's
Oo.
just the way they make or they cook food in Iloilo. Simple, natural, straight to the point, di ba?
Yes.
So thank you, Chef, for joining us this afternoon and for sharing your story with us. We'd love to see you again in our future shows.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And I really did enjoy my talk with you guys.
Conversation.
And thank you mga katribo.
I hope you can come visit Iloilo.
Of course.
Yes, we will.
Soon,
Yes,
very soon.
You're most welcome here.
We will
Thank
invade
you.
you and eat in the market and have you
Yes.
Lapas Bachoy.
Yeah. Hope to see you in Iloilo.
So, to our dear viewers, mga katribo, watch Spotlight Live every Thursday at 2 p.m. on Daily Tribune's official Facebook page and on Tribune Now on YouTube for the replay of the latest edition.
Mga katribo, 37 days left before Christmas. I'm Dinah Ventura.
And I'm Francine Marquez.
And this has been Spotlight.
Spotlight.